Good evening, Alpana. How are you?
Good evening, sir. I'm good, sir. How are you today, sir?
I'm good, thank you. So, Alpana, just want to understand your profile and your education experience, what you are doing, your involvement in your project. So, me and my team can understand you better your profile. So, you can start your end.
Good evening, sir. It's a pleasure introducing myself to you. And I belong to Jharkhand, India, and I have completed my BTech in electronics and communication. And if I tell about my experience, so I have nearly 3 years of experience as a data analyst. And my area of expertise were SQL, MS Excel, TW, PPT, and I have some knowledge in Python. So if I go like what was my day-to-day responsibilities, where it was like communicating with the client and stakeholders regarding the requirements and understanding it, and according to that, fetching the data and extracting those in the database, manipulating it, then using some functions. I used to retrieve the reports and send it to the manager. So what I used to do in SQL Server actually, so I used to import data from Excel or CSV files, and then using various procedures like joins, set operators, where clause, having group by, and some set of stored procedures. So I was building the reports. And coming to the Excel, so basically, first the data was in the row form. So I used to like transform it in a readable form, so that I can use it for my the visualizations and other stuff. So like extracting, then cleaning the data, making it the names in the proper way, like the name should be capital, this proper spacing should be there, it should be in the readable form, everything like doing those. And coming to the table, it was like some of the visualization was not done in the SQL and Excel. So to overcome those, I was using Tableau, and in Tableau, I was building dashboards, and I was sharing it with the concerned team. And coming to the Python, I'm still in the progress of studying it. I mean, I'm still exploring, but as of now, I have not experience, but knowledge in Pandas, Matplotlib, and NumPy. So I have knowledge, and I'm exploring Python now. So I was basically involved in HR domain, so involving the US and India employees, and I was analyzing those reports and helping my manager to see what is the business status now, right now of the company. And in my free time, I used to prefer do gardening, cooking. So I like, I mean, the rainy season is coming, so I'm planning to involving gardening too.
Yeah.
So that's all.
Okay, thank you. So, like coming to your experience, you have how many year experience total?
So I have 3 years of experience,
Okay, all the
around
three
three
year
years.
you are managing the data. Yeah, any
So initial years was part of training. So but later on, like nearly 1 hour, I was involved in the data management. So I asked for the client requirement and studying it, understanding it, and then analyzing it, sending the reports to the higher authorities. Like what's the status of the business current now? How are the US human resource is good in the company, and whatever I will say like uh, the it's a, like a staffing. I have to see how is the performance of these the employees of my company on the weekly basis, monthly
it
basis,
is employee
and then
retention.
all these.
You do that one,
So
employee retention.
no, not that our company doesn't
Okay,
is involved in employment, but they believe in retaining them.
okay,
So we need believe in improving them. So as per like somebody is not good in this stuff, so we involve them in other training stuff. So as per like performance reports.
You try to
So this
enhance
one
the
is,
employees, correct?
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
In the providing the skills, training, technology, process. Okay.
Who is doing low performance, and we can tell them. And also like there are different sources to extract
Yeah,
the
when
information.
you're telling that the performance, what are the different attributes you do consider for performance?
So we there's one thing like submissions. So submission is one of the most important thing
Yeah,
when you submitting candidates
yeah.
to that particular client requirement. So we see first that thing, and other the call reports. So if we can also see if somebody is working poorly, it means then we see them if they are submitting or not, and their call reports. If their call reports is high, it means they are working. And if their submission is low, then that can be, I mean,
Yeah,
overlooked.
no, that I understand. But when I'm talking about a employee is there, you want to make check the performance issue. What are the different criteria you generally apply for that?
So we check how many profiles we have forwarded ahead, how many were rejected, how many were
No,
withdrawn.
my question is to checking the performance employee. Suppose you were working a company, even from your company or XYZ, or like Rakesh is working as an employee. You do want to check that performance of Rakesh. What are the different
So
attribute, different the things you will check before taking consideration of a potential employee or not?
okay, so there is a one criteria I talked earlier also. It's a submissions. So if I talk about employee Rakesh, so if there is a yearly target, and suppose there's a 12 target in a year. So if that employee has achieved that target of 12 or not at the end of the year, if it is 10, he's an underperformer, and if it's above 12, then is a, I mean, high performer. So depending, I mean, that's how it all
Okay,
goes.
okay, nice. Okay, and when you're telling managing a lot of data, and you are telling I'm managing a lot of data from internal and external. What do you mean by internal and external data? On a, when we're talking about external, what are the different sources you do manage the data?
So if I talk about the internal, so internal is basically, I will talk about Excel or CSV files.
Mhm.
But if I talk about the external, these are the data received from the ATS. So from there, you are retrieving the data, uh, and how many candidates are present on that, and my employees calling, and how many of them. So I am just like filtering, like there was 100 set of data and my employees calling on 10 number of them. So
Okay.
it is like that. So I'm so if I tell external, then it's a ATS application, applicant tracking system. So from
Okay.
there, you're fetching the
You're
data to
working
the
in which
internal
domain
data source
currently in
Excel.
your organization? What are the
So I'm
domain?
in
Yeah.
uh, human resource domain.
Okay. HR domain working. Okay.
Yes.
What are the different model you apply in your data? If you're telling, may I know what are the concept or technique or model you design and build for your process?
So like model, I won't say model actually,
Yeah.
because no, I haven't actually. I was not in part of that model.
Okay.
No,
You don't
not
build
now.
anything.
I was mostly analyzing the data,
Okay.
and
You don't build
so
anything. Okay.
I didn't create any model.
Okay. And when you're talking structure and unstructured data, how you will define yourself?
So structured Excel is the best example of the structured data. Like your all the data are clear. They are in the form of rows and columns. And if you talk about the unstructured, there is no specify. I mean, there's a no combination. Something is if we talk about structured, the data type is defined of this column. But in unstructured, nothing is defined. Nothing is in a proper format. So unstructured, like audio files, images, I mean, anything unstructured. There is no definite format of that.
Okay. What your daily task? What you do in your company?
I was involved in fetching the data,
Okay.
transforming it, making it clean, and converting those raw data into meaningful insights. So
When
that
you
was my role
transformation,
in that.
what are the things you check in your transforming from raw data to meaningful data?
So first I check what are the key things I need to analyze in that data, and those which are unnecessary, I need to remove those. So first, that's a process like I am removing, and first then checking the blank, where are the blank present, then where are the duplicate data present, then where I need to uh, where the data is incorrect also I need to like remove there, where is the data is irrelevant, like it doesn't match with what I'm doing, so I need to also remove those. So by doing all this, removing incorrect data, duplicate data, or some uh, unnecessary data. So I'm transforming those into a clean data, a good data, which I can use for my analysis
Okay.
purpose.
And what you do analysis or insight, who they are consuming this insight or data?
So I am creating insights with the help of Excel and table view. So in Excel, I'm using pivot tables and pivot charts. So these are the things, basically, these are the most important things if you're creating insights in Excel. So in Excel, then in table view.
No, what insight you build, they are done. What are the next step? Who they are consuming this insight?
So I send it to the upper authority, like the COO, my COO, and they analyze the data.
What they do
And they,
analyze? What you say? How they analyze? What outcomes is in the project or process or insight?
so there's a one project there is uh, there's a thing like how many, rejections are happening in the company. So whatever the candidates we are supplying to our client, how
Mhm.
many are getting rejected, and by whom they are, by whom, sorry, by which client they are rejected. So there's a detailed report there. There are mostly like 10 to 20 clients which my company is handling, and out of which there's a top company which was like the most amount of rejection was happening. So I sent it to the company, and they said like we need to make some policies so that no number of rejection should be handled. So like if I say like 20, I can't disclose the name right now,
Okay, okay, no
but
problem. Yeah.
about 14 or 15% of the rejection was happening in one company. So that is if I talk about, and
Is that
others
easy
like
to overcome that issue, the 40% rejection, and after your insight or what you applied, the build the model or concept or the outcome, is that improve? Is there or still?
so they're still in the process of improving it, because they are introducing new policies like you have to see, you have to check every candidate. We are telling the our employers to check every candidate, just check it, introduce some tests like this so that the rejections may decrease. So this is what happening right now. So that was my involvement in that project.
So coming to SQL, what is SQL constraint, and what are the different constraints available?
SQL constraint, these are they basically restrict you in putting invalid data in your database. Suppose I will give example, the age factor. So age cannot be less than if you are if you are a voter. So if you're supposing you are entering your age 17, so that's invalid. So
Okay.
I'm putting sorry, I was telling about the data validation, my bad, sorry.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Yeah.
So constraint are
Yeah, it is also same. Consider the mechanism
yes,
is to
yes, it
stop
is
the,
also the
is
same
to
that,
split
yes,
the
yes,
invalid data
yes, it can
end
be,
user
y-
and entering the invalid data to the
yes,
database.
yes, yes.
Uh,
So, I mean, it can be a mixed
What are the different
theory, like,
types of a consent available?
yeah, so these are not null, unique, primary key, default, and check.
What
So
is,
check is similar to data
yeah.
validation, I
What
can
is the
say right
difference
here.
between primary constant and unique constant? How will differentiate two?
So primary key can only be one in our table,
Mhm.
and unique can be multiple.
ସେ
The
ତ
multiple
introduction ଦେଲା
columns.
ତାପରେ କଣ କହିଲ?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So unique can be unique can be present in unique constant can be used in multiple columns, and it primary key cannot be null, and there's an option in unique it can be null. So, and also primary key is identical in nature. So that's a major difference between primary key and unique.
Okay, no problem. Coming to Microsoft Excel, okay. So when I'm telling conditional formatting, what do you mean a conditional formatting? What are the maximum number of a condition we do apply in Excel?
If I remember it correctly, I guess it's 64 conditions. If I'm correct, yes, yes, 64 conditions.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the maximum size of data we can store in Excel?
Maximum size 10,000. 10,000. I mean, so actually, I don't remember the correct numbers. I just remember the rows.
Okay.
16,000 something. Sorry, I don't
Okay.
remember
Okay.
that.
No issue. Okay. So coming to Tableau question, what is the difference between dimension and measure?
So dimensions are independent variables. Suppose name is an independent variable, it doesn't affect anything. And measures, as name suggests, the numbers. You can measure something. So like sales, profit. So these are measures. They are dependent. So they are something like that. And if I give about the dimensions examples, name, state, so these are dimensions. Yeah, like
Okay.
that.
So tell me, what is your biggest failure and how you overcome in your life?
Sorry,
What is your
sorry, sir.
biggest failure in your life and how overcome?
So my biggest failure is like I'm a very emotional person.
Mhm.
I get easily affected by some extra things. I mean, it's extra emotions and get like somebody get angry to me, but in my professional life as well. But these years, I I didn't let them affect me. I didn't get. There was one time my manager was very angry on me. He was telling about my performance, like, "What are you doing here? What's you are doing?" So that was a very bad moment of my life. And after that, I came to know this is life. You have to adjust somehow. You have to fight for your role where you are. So that's how my life is going now, and I'm making myself tough and tough each
Okay.
day.
So
I doesn't
currently
get
working
affected
in
by.
a top companies and with getting good salary, with good
Okay.
skills. Why you are changing your company?
I'm exploring the new opportunities right
You are
now.
not
I mean, if
exploring currently?
I'm, if I say like, not in the sense, uh, not exploring. I'm like, I mean, there are various skills at present. So,
Where you
uh,
want to explore in your skills career?
so there are, if I have to rate myself in the sequel, I will 8. So there are very things, they're very, I mean, very little things. There's some things I'm not using. There are number of
No, my
things
question
present
is,
in
you
the
told
world.
that currently you are not planning to change to a different organization. Okay. So now you told that you want to explore. What are the area you want to explore? And what are area you are not exploring right now?
so there's a part of Python. Python is something which is a vast scope, and I need to definitely, if I want to see myself in a senior position,
Using
there's
Python
a
only?
Python is no,
To-
it's, I will not say that.
Okay,
Microsoft Excel, I want to add, I said in my resume that I have a good knowledge in uh, SQL, Python, but I don't have extensive experience in Python. So if I get the chance to pursue and advance myself in that skill set, along with the previous things, I will be bang on.
okay. Why will I hire you?
So I'm a team player.
Okay.
If you give me something to do, I will definitely do it. And this is something
What you
I
done,
think,
the biggest thing in your organization? Okay, so how you got to know, recognized from a team or manager? Can you give a point?
um, there was some, uh, I say there, it was the month of um, December, and they give a lot of holidays at that time, and the staff numbers were very few, and I'm very adaptable person, so at that time I was handling both the things. So I was handling that analysis, what I usually do, and I was also involved doing that recruiting, some part of recruiting. So I was actually handling. So I'm a quick learner and I can adapt easily. So
Okay.
given the chance, I can do
Okay.
definitely.
Okay. Do you have any question for us?
Uh, so I mean, how is the work culture in your company? I definitely want to know that, because that's very important right now in the current
Okay.
scenario.
Okay. So yeah, definitely we will come to this point. And right now, it is a very, very, very fast round, or maybe in
So how,
for
okay.
yeah, in future
So
we are
how,
going to yeah, please.
sir, so how soon I can join?
Yeah, as I mentioned, this is a very first step and stage for your
Okay.
interview process. Still, 4, 5 round is there. If this round is you are clearing, next is our client is calling, then we'll go for the one test cases will be there. Once it is being there, then our manager round, then we'll go for a HR discussion. So yeah,
Okay, sure.
thank you.
Thank you,
Have a
sir.
good day, Alpana. Thank you. Thanks for your time. Bye bye.
Same to you, sir.